All right, now that we've covered a little bit about how you should write your headlines and descriptions, let's talk a little bit about your site links. So, when you're writing your site links, your headline should be in title case, and then your description should be in sentence case. So, if you ever need a reference on that, just hover over the notes over here and you'll have those things mentioned. And then since these are site links, you should also add the specific link or URL that it will go to. So now that we've covered the technical parts of how you should write your site links, descriptions, and headlines, let's talk a little bit about the content and best practices for your headlines and descriptions. So I want to show you Google's ad policies. So if you are a media buyer or like Facebook ad specialist, you have an idea already of how to comply with advertising policies. But if you're one of our students who are starting here from scratch, basically, advertising policies are the things that you should follow, things that you should avoid so that your ads don't get restricted, rejected, or even worse, banned, and like the whole account is affected. So, what you can do is just make sure that you always review the ad policies of Google. But basically, when you are writing your headlines, descriptions, or the messaging of your ad, make sure that you don't write about fake goods, anything that's a dangerous product, illegal things, and make sure that you are not misrepresenting or saying false claims online as well. And of course, some other things that you should keep in mind are don't use words that make over promises, weird symbols, things like that. And of course, don't use foul language because one of Google's policies is making sure that the platform is a safe space for all users. So it's important that we respect their policies as well. So when it comes to writing your headlines, don't include weird punctuations like exclamation points, periods, at symbols, things like that. But things like commas, dashes, hyphens, things like that are okay as long as it makes sense with whatever you are writing. So, for example, if you are writing a headline, something like this for an ecom product that says in stock now, ready to order, this is acceptable. But if you would write something like this that says book a trial and you put an exclamation point, this would be rejected by Google and you will get a notification saying that it doesn't accept symbols and punctuations like that. But if you have something like, for example, same day delivery, these are okay. So context matters when you're writing your headlines. Now, that's how you should
That's a
do it,
really
right?
important bit, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's important for all advertisers to keep that in mind because one of the things that you want to avoid, especially when you are getting started with advertising and it's a new account, is getting these restrictions or flags with Google because you don't want to build, multiple violations on a new account. That's not the best way to get started with your advertising journey and career. So just giving you guys that precaution.